Okay, folks, Bob here. So as you can see, this is a 1978 Dodge Magnum. This is my car, and we're getting back on it again. It had a little hiatus there, wasn't working on it much, but we're starting to get back on it again. So as you can see, I've got it jacked up. It is on jack stands, and has a safety precaution. I've got some blocks of wood under it also, just in case, because I'm going to be removing this fuel tank. And we're going to take the fuel tank out. You can see it's real rusty. And I've got another fuel tank that I can use if this one's no good. I'd rather use this one because we know this one fits, but it needs a lot of cleaning. And I think, yeah, I can't get the car to start. I think the fuel line's clogged up. So I'm going to put the fuel tank in it. Excuse me. I'm going to take the fuel tank out and try to attempt to clean it out if it ain't too bad. And then put all new fuel line in it. And we're going back with a higher performance engine, something closer to 400 horsepower over the 180 horsepower engine it came with. And so I'm going to put a larger, probably 3/8 aluminum fuel line on it, which is something I do on most of my hot rods. And of course, we're going to get rid of the exhaust here. We're going to cut that off. So that's what we're going to do today. So I'm going to get you set up on a tripod, and we'll get you up under the best we can, and we're going to start to work on it. And here's a little look around the car. It's a triple black 360 car. It does not currently have the original engine in. The original engine is locked up and probably long gone. It's got a roller cam motor in it right now, an LA roller cam. The wheels I think I've got sold to another gentleman. Not my thing. That's what was on the car when I got it. So we'll probably be taking them off at some point too. So yeah, let's get a little walk around. You see the car's in pretty decent shape. And we're thinking about doing a 4-speed conversion on it. So let me go grab some tools and let's get started. Okay, the first thing I want to do is cut this exhaust pipe right here behind the muffler. It cut itself in front of the muffler. It just rotted out. So we're going to get this muffler out of the way. The reason we need to get as much of this stuff out of the way as possible, I got the car scheduled for a restoration shop, and he's going to fix some rust spots on it for me, such as that. And I'm just trying to get it more accessible where he can see and get around better. So yeah, we'll get this out of the way, and that'll help us with the fuel tank a little bit, get that tailpipe out of the way with that resonator, and help him with the floor if he's doing anything to the floors. So let me get you set up on the tripod. All right, I think you guys can see that. Disconnect this right up in here too. Yep. Okay, so what I did, I just cut that bracket off right there. And the reason I did that, I believe, when it comes time to hang the dual exhaust, and I got the muffler down, when it comes time to hang the dual exhaust, I can either just drill that rivet out right there, or just come up with a whole new. I'll let my exhaust guy do that when I run the pipes. I've got some pipes, and I may make the exhaust myself. I've done that in the past before too, but for now that's good. So let me drag this tailpipe you see this with the resonator out, and then we can start on the gas tank. And there's the exhaust. Little rusty exhaust parts, they're gone. Now, as I get up under here, of course, you just got the little hooks in the front. The way these cars are made, you got a J hook in the back with a big long bolt. You loosen the nut, and the gas tank slowly starts to drop out. Once it drops out a certain amount, you put some blocks under the tank, and these straps will loosen up, and you can just wiggle them out from these little what do you call that, little grooves. And I got to disconnect the rubber fuel line. I'll probably just cut it. And you see it's a significant amount of surface rust under here. There's the rear bumper. But yeah, let me get up under there and brought my liquid wrench with me. With liquid, I mean PB Blaster is perfect for jobs like this where you got some rust, because there's oil in it, soaks in a little better, I think. You see the lower quarters are not bad at all in this car. Not bad at all. There's something happening right here. Outer skin, but very repairable. All right, hold on, let me reset you on the tripod. All right, guys, so here is the bolts in question. Right there is one of them. Kind of shining a light on it. There's a laser beam. And over here is another one. That's what holds these straps in. And these are not J-bolts. Huh. And I got to cut this fuel line too at some point. Right there. I think it's got gas in it. I'm a little reluctant to cut it right now. Let me drop it down so to see if I can hear some sloshing. An old shocks, so they've been on there forever. It is a 78 model, so I gotta disconnect this line here. I think this is a line you gotta be real careful with. It's got a plastic piece on the end at the tank. It might even make sense just to cut it. And but there's a ground strap there too, so we got to get it off. All right, let me get started on it. Okay, so I got the right here. Well, I got the ground strap right here loose, and the piece that holds the right here. Took the bolt out. Had to put a little liquid wrench on it. I mean PB Blaster, dang it, as you can see. And man, once I put that PB Blaster on it, that bolt just came right on out. So I threaded it back in for right now. You see how dirty my hands are. Man, she is dirty up in here. So let us go and get started on the straps. Okay, the one on the driver's side is coming out. I don't know if you guys can see. It is tied up in here. Just like you can see. Yeah, there you go. You can see the bolt. This one here wanted to round off. So I've got to go get a metric socket. And I guess while I go get the metric socket, I'll go ahead and, by the way, it's a 9/16 on this, and it was a 1/2 inch on that one that held the ground strap in. But the 9/16 wanted to round off on this side. So let me see if I can come up with some metric sockets or a metric wrench or something. And I'll get that thing to break loose. All right, guys, so I was able to break it loose with a 9/16 box end wrench 12 point. I was able to get on it and break it loose, and not a lot of room in here to turn it. 6 point will not do it. It wants to round off. So let me go, and I did cut this fuel line right here, as you can see. You see a little bit dripping out. It smells a strong varnish smell. So that's not good. I expected that. So let me go get a 12 point socket. I thought I brought one out here, but I didn't. And I think I can spin that thing right on out then. Okay, as you can see, the bolt's out quite a ways. I can't get the strap to come down with the bolt. I was able to get this side to come down with the bolt finally. Took a pry bar, just pried it down, but this side is stuck, and I've sprayed the dickens out of it. And I'd rather it come down slowly than all at once. I got my shoulder up under it, and I'm trying to move around, but it ain't happening. I don't want to create any sparks in here. I did cut this other line here. Got it cut right there, as you can see. And also I got the 9/16 12 point where we'll work on this now. Now that I've got enough tension on this, there's no weight on the head of that bolt now, which is probably one of the good things about the strap not coming down with it, is that's coming out a lot easier now. I don't have to use that wrench. So I guess we'll keep doing it that way, and I may get some blocks and stick up under here just to kind of help me out a little bit so it won't fall on my shoulder. Well, I just broke the darn tripod, so basically all you do, you just, or do this with one hand, but you try to get it turned sideways, and it comes through the slots. And I gotta take tank out, do it. I've done before we didn't have to take tank out. Let me see if I can get it out without taking a tank out. I really need it out of my way. Okay, there we go. Just turn it sideways. Just turned it out towards the quarter panel here, and it came right out. So that strap is out. Need to clean it up, whatnot, yada yada yada. Now we got to do something like this filler neck too. This filler neck's got a bolt holds it in, but I'm gonna put the block a little bit closer to the center and kind of hold it. Let me get that other strap out, and we'll deal with the filler neck in a minute. And I'll just pull the filler neck right straight out through the opening of the where the license plate is. Okay, folks, that strap came out, so you see they're both out. There's this one, and there's that one laying right there by my hat. So the fuel tank is resting on these blocks, which is what I wanted. And I believe I could just wiggle this thing, the fuel tank, take some blocks out, and just wiggle it forward and down, and it'll clear this. Usually when these grommets are real tight, you can't get them to pop out that easy. This grommet's shot, as you can see, so I think I can just wiggle the tank right on out. I wish I hadn't broke the tripod. All right, so the fuel tank is out, and it does have some gas in it. It doesn't smell too bad, and I think we can see it. The filler neck's fine. I can clean it up. Get another gasket here. The bolt that holds it in up there is pretty bad. We can get it out, but it's gonna be fun. But we can't get it out. So you see a lot of acorns here, but it had about, feels like about maybe, I guess that's an 18-gallon tank, I'm guessing. And it feels like it's got 6-7 gallons in it. There's that plastic piece I was telling you about. You don't want to break that, folks. Oh, me, so if I can save this tank, this will be wonderful, because we know it fits. And I can keep from breaking that plastic piece, this will be wonderful. So the fact that the gas is sloshing around, it doesn't smell bad at all. Someone of us, the line's clogged because it wasn't pumping any fuel, put a brand new pump on it. So let me finish pulling the tank out, we'll pour some of the gas out. All right, folks, I went and got you on the big tripod. That's as low as to the ground as I can get it. So let me back the tank out here. You guys can see this is the sending unit right here, and there's that ground strap. And then, of course, it hooks right there like that. And I'm gonna try to find another sending unit. I'm gonna see if I can take care of that so that don't get broken. Let's pour some of this gas out and just make sure we're good to go. And then we'll look inside. I'll show you how to pop that off too. It's easy. We got to get the gas out of it first, okay? Okay, folks. So yeah, we look pretty rust free on the pan here, the trunk pan. That's good. That's real good. There's a rust hole somewhere. I remember seeing it from inside the trunk. I guess over here on this side, it does have one. Anyway, we'll worry about that later. But yeah, that looks nice. Amazingly nice. But yeah, I know damn well there's a rust hole. I never see it inside the trunk. Oh, pleasantly surprised. I really am. So yeah, I got to get this off. Oops. Let me show you how to knock that sending unit out. It's getting a little dark here in a little bit. Okay, folks, I got it sitting on a little makeshift table I keep out here in the yard behind the shop. Well, here's the tools. I got a plastic rubber mallet hammer, a little screwdriver and a big screwdriver in case I have to get ugly with it, and a couple of wooden blocks, if you will. Let me see if I can clean some of this mess here out so it's just slide around a little easier. That will definitely help things. Anything we can do to reduce the resistance. Look at this puppy. These can be a pain sometimes. I've done a few of them. It came right on out, and I've done some that you really had to get kind of serious with them. This one is probably going to be a little difficult because she is rusty. So it's got these little tabs right here, 3 of them. I'm trying to clean this one up best I can. And that's what you hit. And you can use a brass drift also. A lot of guys use brass drifts. Okay, folks. Well, I was beating on the wrong piece. Supposed to slide this piece. Been a few years since I've done one. I'm getting to be an old fart. But yeah, you slide this piece out with, I went and got a brass drift. Didn't want any sparks. And yeah, that worked fine. It popped it right on out. But then after I got that off, I forgot to cut the camera back on, and probably because I got tied up with this seal was stuck. There she is. See, she's pretty much done for. So I can't even get the thing in. It's hard to do things with one hand. Well, let me go grab a flashlight, and I'm gonna see just how it looks inside there. Be right back. All right, folks. Well, it looks like we're in luck. I don't know how good you're gonna be able to see. I'm gonna shine the light down into the filler neck hole. If you guys can see in there, get you focused a little bit better. That is impressive. It looks good. Let me get you in this hole here. Shine the light down there and get you in here. And I am sorry, I need somebody to help me hold the light, and I can be a little more stable. You can see the shiny metal. There's a little surface rust in there, but God, this is way better than I thought it was gonna be. I'm gonna be able to save this tank. That is a beautiful thing. All right, folks, so that's gonna end this video. We're gonna do some more of this car. Not today, it's getting late. It's dark around 5:15 now, and I imagine it's about 4. So folks, I really appreciate it. If you want to follow along as we do this Magnum, I think this is video 6, I believe. And we're gonna try to save this car. We're gonna turn it into a hot rod. I like hot rods. I hope you guys like them too. And there's all kind of content on the channel, guys. We got restored cars, car shows, car builds, junkyard crawls, cars we find in the woods, cars we drag out of the woods and try to get them in the hands of somebody who's going to do something with them, kind of like I did with this Magnum, or I'm doing with this Magnum. Got some racing cars. Matter of fact, I'm supposed to go to the track this weekend with the Imperial. I'm not going to race it. I don't have it ready to race yet. I need to run some test hits. But hopefully we'll just enter the car show section of the event and have some fun with it there. And that's the plan anyway. So all kinds of content. Scroll down, hit that like button. It really helps the algorithms. And comment and watch some of the older videos, some of the other videos. But if you can watch some older ones, that's great too. Scroll down, hit the like button on those. All that helps. We try to get these cars going again. Try to get the word out of some cars that we've rescued and cars that we know about, and stuff we know is for sale. So help us out, help us help the hobby, folks. Hope you guys enjoyed that. I know we're getting kind of long here, but it's hard to pull a rusty old gas tank out of a Magnum in 10 minutes. So that whole process probably took about maybe an hour. It wasn't that bad. I've done quite a few gas tanks, so I'm kind of used to it. If you've never done one before, it'll probably take you longer, but just be careful. You don't want any sparks, and you don't want any raw gasoline, and that can happen. You can have accidents, but just be careful. All right, folks, Bob out. Thank you.